Try to get something done today.
My husband wants me to step it up and do more since I'm only a stay-at-home mom and I don't do very much. So I figure after I feed and change both of the kids in the morning and then do the dishes, because my husband doesn't like it when I do it the night before because he wants me to hang out with him instead. Then I play with the kids because they don't want me to clean, and my daughter says that this picture looks just like me. Feed and change Smalls and put her down for her nap and put George on for my sanity and start cleaning again. And then hurry up and get ready for the day while the kids are both sleeping and occupied. And then get Crete changed and dressed and ready for the day. This morning, Crete decided to be silly, but I guess if I had nipped that in the bud, then I would have had more time. Well, I'll remember that for next time. And then after I do the laundry and then organize the living room and take all the toys from the living room and put them back in the playroom and then put empty baskets back in the living room and then back to cleaning. I know most people might use the mop for this part, but Lucas prefers that I do it by hand. I would do all my cleaning the night before so that I have time for more things during the day, but Lucas requires that I stop working when he gets home from work so that I can hang out with him. Then it's back to feeding, changing, and snuggles. Maybe if I cut down on those snuggles a little bit, then I would have a little bit more time. And I try to get the kids outside every day. My husband likes that I do this, so I bundle them up tight because it's pretty cold here in the Northeast. We do try to get outside and go for a walk and play every day, but it is hard once it starts to get cold because I really don't like the cold. Crete is a really good helper. As soon as we go back in, it's time to take a nap, and once I put the kids down for a nap, I get my laptop out to start some photo editing. I'm a photographer because I am supposed to have a job on top of being a stay-at-home mom. Lucas doesn't think it fair that he be the only one to make money. And then I need to start getting dinner ready, so I stop editing to do that. Lucas expects a full organic dinner to be ready and waiting when he gets home. The kids both wake up from their naps and they need to be fed and have a snack. It's 5:30 and I still haven't gotten anything extra done.
So where's my dinner?
Things I don't and won't do as a parent. I won't be spanking my kids. I won't be introducing Santa Claus to my children. I will not force my children to give hugs to people that they do not want to give hugs to. And I will not be allowing sleepovers at non-family members' houses, and no public school.
So I have long hair because my husband prefers long hair, and he said that if we were to get married that I would be keeping long hair. I myself prefer it short, but he's the man, so I keep it long to please him. I'm gonna go get my hair cut today, but he decided he's gonna come with us, so we'll see what I'm able to do, how short I'm able to get it with him being there with us. So he let me get a little bit off. Isn't that exciting? It's so short now.
I went to 3 different colleges in 2 years, and I'm going to tell you about my experiences. First college I went to was out of state. It was 20 hours away from home, and I was only 17 when I started going there. It was really hard to leave home, but it was a great experience for me, and this was such a nice college. It was a community college. I loved it there. I made friends pretty quickly, had a really solid friend group for the first time in my life. We went everywhere together, we did everything together, and a couple of my friends were in my same major, and I loved my major. I was in outdoor leadership. It was so much fun. We're outside all the time in a little town in Minnesota, up by the Canadian border. It was truly a great experience, but it was really hard because I missed home. I was only 17 and I still needed my parents to sign waivers for me so that I could do things. As much as I was really enjoying it there, after my first semester, I decided that I needed to go home because I had a lot of personal issues going on. I knew that it was going to be a lot better for me to go home and deal with it than stay there. I never wanted to talk about that with anybody, so everybody just thought that I was crazy for wanting to leave, and a lot of people really belittled me for that. And I lost my friends because they didn't want anything to do with me after I left either, and I still don't know why because they wouldn't tell me. So I left, I went back home, and I went to another college that was in commuting distance from home for a semester just to get some more courses out of the way. I spent the next couple of years really regretting my decision and wishing that I had been there, but at the same time knowing that it was really the best thing for me.
Lots of families are different, and I think as well as the way they were raised as kids, which can reflect into their own families. So by the sounds of it, she went to college quite far away, missed home, had personal issues, had to move back home, and now it's like this with her partner. You know, he has a say, and he tells her what hair she can have, what food, how to look after the kids, make sure she has a job, make sure it's X, Y, Z for him before he's back. And I think she seeks comfort than anything. I think she likes the validation of like, okay, I'm doing something right. Okay, someone loves me. Okay, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. But I think watching this, obviously we don't know behind the scenes, this all could be a joke, but you shouldn't have to ask someone to cut your hair. You shouldn't have to ask someone, can you have a day off from working? You shouldn't have to cook someone dinner all the time. And you certainly shouldn't have to look after their kids all the time. I know you're the mum. There's some bits where I've like picked out, like, I completely understand, you know, maybe like, oh, do you mind if I buy this? And it's out of the joint account or something. But when it's like, ask them to cut your hair, I really don't understand that at all. You don't need to ask your man to cut your hair. I'm sorry, you don't. you know, making sure she has a job on the side. Yeah, I agree with that, because I think it's not very fair for him to always put one income into the system. But if she is looking after your kids from home, then I'm sorry, but you can't expect much more from her. Looking after kids is very hard, so to do that and work full time as a photographer, which is not easy, that must be really difficult. But I don't know, I just find this really strange. I don't know if I could let my husband tell me what I can and can't do. But I know every couple's different, and I reckon that deep down she knows what she's saying and what she's doing in front of the camera, but I don't know, I just don't know what to say about this, to be honest. Like, what are her kids like? How do her kids feel like their mum? It's just, I don't know, it's just the stuff like, oh, I have to wash up before my husband's back, he doesn't do the night before. I'm sorry, but give yourself a break.
Thanks for watching StoryTrender. Don't forget to like and follow.